Hi everybody, Tracy here with my second layout after Christmas, and this is going to be my first true Christmassy layout. It might be my only, I don't know. I have done another Christmas layout, but it wasn't using classic Christmas colors. It was using like pinks and blues and stuff. So for this one, I am using my Studio Calico kit and goodies that Coralie sent me. So I'm just having a look through my Studio Calico kit. This is the 34th Street kit, which is the kit for December 2012. And I have two add-ons. I have Penn Station and Herald Square. So yeah, I'm just looking through the stickers and embellishments and trying to figure out if any of them match the colors in my layout. I was thinking about putting that 1, 2, 3 sticker down my strip of photos, but I probably not going to do that. And so I'm just pulling out anything that's red, anything that's green, because I do want to do a classic red and green Christmas layout, which I rarely ever do, but I do like red and green. So I have a bunch of washi tape. They're not Christmas washi tape, but they are Christmas colors that I've just pulled from my stash. And then a couple of things, that a 6x6 paper pack, that's American Crafts, and that's something Coralie sent me. And the red doilies are also something Coralie sent me. Those buttons are also from her. And those medallion by K& Company that you see the package for is also in the rack that she sent me. So I pulled out that green diagonal stripe paper. Who makes that? Crate Paper does. And yeah, I'm answering my own question here. I love that green diagonal. It's like such a tight diagonal. It's very nice and it's very vintagey. So I thought it would be good on this layout that's going to have a wood grain background. Very, very kind of classic, probably about as vintage as I get. I'm going to use the word vintage, but people who do true vintage probably wouldn't agree with me here. But this is my idea of a vintagey layout. So I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm cutting off some strips. Am I going to use those? I can't remember. Oh yes, I am. I'm going to use them up there. I don't have this layout in front of me as I narrate, so I'm a little bit at a disadvantage here. So, right. So that is the leftover, that red grid is leftover from the constellation paper that I thought I'd never use, and then I got a telescope for Christmas, and suddenly I have total lots of uses for constellation paper. Um, so I'm just stapling those strips down, and I put them a little offset, and I cut them not straight so that they'd have a little skewed look to them. I have that the photos. I'll just talk a little bit about the photos while I decide what I'm doing here. Um, the main photo is every year we get together and we set the timer and take a self shot of a group photo. And of course, there's always a whole bunch of bloopers where people weren't looking or they weren't ready or whatever. And so that's what the strip of photos is over on the side. So the big one is the one that turned out, and then the ones down the side. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm trying out stuff that I'm not going to end up doing, but I did pick out that pinked red circle up there from the Studio Calico die cuts that come in the kit, and I really like that. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use that gray arrow that I have beside it, but that's not going to happen until the end. So I'm going to do a lot of other stuff first. This one took a while, quite a while. What am I doing here? Oh yes, I have to take out those tiny attacher staples because I want to layer that pinked circle underneath of those strips. So yeah, sewing and stapling is not a good idea early in your process. I gotta do that last. But anyways, no harm done. It's not like sewing that you can't take out. So now I'm going to use these Cosmo Cricut brads for what I was going to use the stickers for, which is to put like, take one, take two, take three. And then because there's no number 4 in the brads, I decided to use the asterisk, kind of like as, when you're marking your photos for the ones that you like, you put a star beside the ones that you like. So I thought that that might kind of work. The kit came with this really nice craft washi tape. I think it's by Bella Boulevard. It's not actually washi tape, it's that waxy, thicker stuff. Um, It came with two. Well, obviously one came in one of the add-ons, and I don't like the other one at all. It's too orangey. It's not really craft. It's more of a yellowy, but I really like the craft one. So I'm just playing around with how I might want to put a bunch of arrows, just because I've got a lot of arrows in this kit. Um, so then I have this green grid paper, which I'm thinking about how I'm going to use. And I decided to get out my Tim Holtz tag die. And I'm going to cut 3 tags. At first I'm going to cut 1 because I don't realize that I'm going to want 3 until I cut 1. So I'm just cutting the paper to size, and then I'm going to run it through my Big Shot. And I use a file folder for the reinforcers. I just find that it's more like real reinforcers. It's like a heavier type of paper, and so I really like using the file folders to cut out those reinforcers. And so now I'm just going to go back and I'm going to cut another reinforcer and 2 more tags, because you get 2 reinforcers with 1 tag, but I only need 1 because I'm gluing it down, so I don't need one on the back. So my kitty Maya is here keeping me company. I think this is Christmas Day or Boxing Day. I can't remember which day I did this. It wouldn't have been Christmas Day, it would have been Boxing Day. So then did I do this or did I not? I can't remember if I used these gold strings or not. I might have replaced them with something else. But yeah, so here you're going to get to see indecisive me. I don't do this very often, but yeah, I strung them one way and then I strung them the other way, and then I ended up going back to the first way. And then I might not have even used those at all anyways. So then I decided to outline them after I had the strings on them, which makes it difficult to outline. But yeah. So I don't have many gold things, so I bought some ribbon at Walmart that was gold. And that's why I wanted to use those ribbons in this layout, because I really wanted to have some gold on this layout, but I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to use them. I don't know. It's a mystery. We'll all see. This is one of the difficult parts of narrating without having it with you. Ah, yes, of course I changed it. I knew I changed it. So this is some twine that I just got from Etsy. I can't remember which shop. So I'm just going to layer those tags together like that. And they're going to become what I'm going to journal on. Or no, not journal. I'm going to do my title on them. And oh, I really like the 1, 2, 3 and the star. From a distance, that looks really nice. I like how it looks from there. I didn't realize how much I like that until just now. So now I'm going to glue down my doily, glue it into place. And what am I doing next? Oh, yes, I'm going to sew. Yes, and so for this one, I had to rethread my sewing machine with brown thread. And I'm just going to put 3 strips along this. It ends up that doesn't really matter because I'm going to cover most of this up. But you never know, right? So just in case, sometimes I like to just put sewing, even though I might cover it up. And then I put sewing on the top and bottom strips. And I just changed it from zigzag to straight to a smaller zigzag, just so it kind of goes almost like an arrow, mirroring the shape of the paper strips themselves. And yeah, so now I'm gonna lay down my photos. And what are all those? Oh, those are my dimensional adhesives. I am down to just kind of like scraps of dimensional adhesive. So I've got 4 million little squares with only 2 or 3 pieces on each one, so I have to amalgamate and use up my scraps. Here I am trying to decide on what kind of a font I'm going to use for the title. those gold letter stickers are really awesome, but I'm not going to use them on this layout. They were also in the rack that Coralie sent me. I'm using Jenny Bolin. Get those two mixed up all the time. Jenny Bolin red stickers. They're just flat letter stickers. And then those are thickers. I think it's Shoebox is the font, the green glitter. And I mean, how can you not use green glitter thickers on a Christmas layout? So, um, gonna layer a little label in there. That is from the Crepe Paper Sleigh Ride collection. So this is not from the kit at this point, and neither are the stickers, the letter stickers. And then I'm also going to use a border sticker from the same crepe paper. It's from the Sleigh Ride collection. So I'm using the journaling sticker and the border sticker. And the Jenny Bolin letter stickers that I'm putting down right now are from a previous Studio Calico kit. I can't remember which one, but so it's not from this current kit. And the thickers are not from the kit either. They're just from my stash. So the layout says pre-Christmas Eve, and I'm gonna do a lot of fiddling with the word Eve very shortly. So I have all those buttons that Coralie sent me, and I'm trying to decide on how I'm going to use them. I think I was just checking the date there to make sure that I did my date stamp right. And I'm using the American Crafts Christmas date roller stamp, which I'm so excited Coralie sent me. I thought about getting it, and then I thought, oh, I don't want to buy Christmas stuff. And I went back and forth and back and forth, and I didn't buy it. And then Coralie sent it to me. Thank you so much. I love it. I used it so much in my project life today. Ugh, I love it. So I stamped, I think I'd put holiday cheer or something like that. Um, and I'm just kind of layering a couple of things there. I have the end piece of that border sticker that I used below, and then I'm putting one of those medallions that Coralie sent me right beside the word Eve. And I'm going to put a couple of buttons because nothing says classic Christmas layout like buttons. So gonna glossy accent those buttons down because I don't have the patience for sewing buttons. And those crepe paper border stickers, actually all of the crepe paper stickers that came in the Sleigh Ride collection are not sticky at all. Like they're less sticky than a post-it note. So here I'm gonna peel up the word Eve, and I'm gonna put that little journaling sticker from the Sleigh Ride collection under there. And then you think I'm done, but no, I'm going to peel them up again, and I'm going to move the sticker ever so slightly to the right. It's not even discernible, but it makes a difference to me. And then I decided to put Eve in like a circular, like a crescent shape, and then I hated it, so I undid it. Just it doesn't make sense because the word pre is straight and Christmas is straight, so why would I make Eve be curved? So I uncurved Eve, and now I'm happy with it. And I'm gonna put down that flare badge. Ooh, I wish I put it a tiny smidgen lower, but it is where it is. I'm gonna put these arrows in place now. Um, yeah, I just wanted to use arrows because there are just so many of them in this kit, and I love arrows, so I'm going to use my tiny attacher to put them all in place. Something fell just outside my door, so I'm a little bit distracted. Okay, going to use my tiny attacher to put those in place, and then I have to, the ones that go in the middle of the page, I have to use my scissors to close them up on the other side. And oops, did I have to refill or something? I don't know what I did there. So now I wanted to do some journaling down the left-hand side there, but I did not want to have to mess with my white gel pen. Ugh. So I decided to do my journaling in letter stickers, which is not my favorite task in the world. So I kept it to a minimum, but I tried to say the things that I needed to say, but say them kind of like in a list format instead of in a text type of a format. So I started to write it out as if I was going to say it in sentences, and then I changed my mind and started to kind of do my list idea. So this is a little bit tedious and monotonous, so I can't remember if I cut this out or if I left it in. So it looks like I left it in. So I'll just talk a little bit about the layout. So um, that blooper reel of photos that you see, the very bottom one is my husband's bum. And he did that as a joke. And of course, you shouldn't joke around with a camera when you've got a scrapbooker in your family, because he did not know that I was going to put that in the scrapbooks. So, so yeah, he was using the trigger for his camera, and he stood in front of the camera and made it take a picture of his backside. So you're never safe when you've got a scrapbooker in your family. So I called this one the kind of like the journaling part. I called it evolving traditions, because this was a this was my sister-in-laws and brother-in-laws and their daughter, their first year in a new to them home. Um, and so they always host Christmas Eve dinner at their house. It's kind of like a chicken potluck thing. It's really fun, and we look forward to it every year. But they live in a different town than us now, so we what we decided to do was they were going to host it, but they would just host it the weekend before Christmas so that we wouldn't have to travel on Christmas Eve so far, because we like our kids to go to bed at a decent time and, spend most of Christmas Eve, pretty local. So I called it Evolving Traditions, New Date, New Place, Same Party. So we just had it a little bit earlier, and it was in a new place, but it was all the same, things that Tanya always likes to do when she throws her parties. So it was really fun, and the kids decorated some cookies, and it was just a really great party. So I'm so glad that we got a chance to continue on that tradition. There was a bit of a gap above the title, so I wanted to just add a couple of little things there. So I just took some stickers from the Crepe Paper Sleigh Ride collection. So here's a close-up. That flare badge was in the rack that Coralie sent me, along with those buttons. And everything else that you see in this shot is from the 34th Street kit, except for the doily and the sleigh ride stickers. So, um, yeah, I don't know if I need to say anything else. I think I've said it all. So thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Have a look at the pictures at the end, and I hope everybody's having a great holiday. I sure am enjoying mine. I got an unexpected amount of scrapping done, so it's been a good holiday. Nice stress relief and yeah, having fun. So take care.